Well, some would say it's the most exciting 2 minutes of sports. The 144th running of the Kentucky Derby is coming up very soon, right around the corner.
Yeah, and this year, Virginia celebrates its 45th anniversary of Secretariat's historic Triple Crown win back in 1973.
That's right. Meadow Event Park is hosting a Derby party. You're invited. Fancy hats are definitely a sure win for that. Leanne Meadows-Layden and Robin Trawick Williams. I've been practicing all morning. The most important part is Robin's with the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation, and that is a big cause, and that's what this event is all about.
Yes, we're teaming up with Meadow Event Park and our Secretariat Tourism program with Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation, who has had a wonderful Derby party for years. And this will be the first one that we're having at the Meadow, which of course is the birthplace of Secretariat. So what better place to watch the Kentucky Derby than at the site of the greatest Derby horse ever.
Robin, you guys have been doing this party. I've been to her house lots of times for Kentucky Derby parties, but this is the first time we've done it here. And this is an important thing to take care of these horses, and you've been doing this party for years.
We have. We started this program at James River Correctional Center 11 years ago in 2007, and a couple of years later we started having a Derby party to raise money to support these fabulous ex-race horses who had no place else to go.
Yeah.
And we run this great program at the prison where the horses are a rehabilitation tool for the inmates.
Yeah, and I know that there's been lots of in print and stories about that, but if you work with horses and these inmates work with horses, it's good for both, isn't it?
Oh, it's a win-win. It's people helping horses, horses helping people. Yeah. They work together. Horses are used in a lot of kinds of therapy programs, and
it's a second chance, really, for the men and the
every
horses.
Day. Yeah.
So we've talked about that being a great foundation. Leanne, this does also benefit some restoration going on around Secretariat's paddock and area.
Yes, all the historic barns related to Secretariat, and they're now on the National Register of Historic Places and Virginia Landmarks, but they're 80 years old and they need some work, and so our barn restoration fund is going to help that. So the Derby party is helping to contribute to that.
Yeah.
So how can folks come to the party? How do we get in? Where's the party? What's going on?
The party is at Meadow Event Park. That's about 1.5 miles from King's Dominion.
Is it in that big mansion?
It's in the big mansion and the grounds. Nice. And the grounds. And we'll have 2 Secretariat descendants, Covert Action with TRF, and our own ground shaker, who is a great-great-granddaughter of Secretariat. And you can go to the website, jamesriverhorses.org, to get your tickets.
And it's going to be fantastic. We have a delicious creation today, but it'll ring in that signature look, signature style, and flavor of the Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
And you have to wear your hat because there's a hat contest.
And Bill is going to MC the hat contest.
Well,
the big Derby
I do
hat.
declare.
After a few mint juleps, the hat contest gets really interesting. I can tell you that much right off the bat. So I've got a question, because I'm not a mint julep drinker. I don't normally drink these. So this is whiskey in a glass with a little sprig in it, isn't it?
Basically, bourbon.
Now, do you like eat the mint, or what do you do with it?
It's decoration, and it smells good, and it's just part of a great Derby tradition.
It depends on how well the hat contest is going, Bill, whether or not you eat the mint.
Okay, well,
you can crush the mint.
Yes.
And add more mint flavor.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. So,
now, Mary, the program is fantastic, and it really does make a difference. The care for these horses, anyway, after they retire, is very expensive. But then to take it to that next level and make a program like this available does require a lot of support.
And while we partner with the Department of Corrections on the facilities, running the program and supporting the horses requires us to raise money privately. We do not get any government funding for this program. So we're dependent on fundraisers like this.
How many horses are out there, man?
We have between 25 and 30 horses at any time.
Wow.
And horses that are in suitable shape to be adopted out for a second career can go to their forever.
A second career as a pet, or?
Well, some of them become lawn ornaments, and some of them are sound enough to go on and be competition horses in another arena.
Wow.
So,
and so with 20-some horses, that's got to be a pretty big stable kind of situation, right?
Prison has given us about 40 acres of land, and we renovated a barn that was on the property and put stalls in and a classroom for the academic training for the men. And
a lot of work.
A lot of work and a lot of fundraising.
In fact, the farrier that I use for our horses is a graduate of that program.
And a farrier is?
A blacksmith, does his shoeing.
Oh.
Yes.
He does
that's the horseshoe guy.
Horseshoe
Yeah,
guy. That's right.
Yes.
Our lady.
Equine pedicures.
Oh, very
One
nice.
way to put it.
Yeah, I love it. Leanne, we're almost out of time, but also, you know, you mentioned earlier too, it's on the Register of Historic Places, National Historic Places. So it's key to preserve this for the Commonwealth.
It is, and we'll do Meadow Mint julep tours, and you can go around all the barns. And I would say, when you look at the Derby, we have 20 horses running in the Derby. 16 of them have Secretariat in their pedigree.
Wow, fantastic.
So the legend lives on.
So for the hat party, wear blue and white Secretariat colors.
Yes.
That would be good.
It would be helpful.
Like you, like
Yes.
yourself.
I think that was a hot tip. Then Bill really likes your hat. We're going to share some information. Kentucky Derby Party is coming up Saturday, May 5th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Meadow Event Park in Doswell, benefiting the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation and the Meadow Historic Barn Restoration Project. We're going to have a link on our site, WTVR.com/VTM.